Welcome to my little kaleidoscope box experiment that I've been working on. And it's kind of funny because the kaleidoscope box itself did not take as much time as building all this infrastructure so that I could do this little video here. So it seems like I ended up spending way more time setting this up so I could explain what the kaleidoscope box was instead of just making the kaleidoscope box. But anyway, I thought it was interesting enough. So I thought, well, maybe I'll go through the effort. So anyway, we've got a number of cameras going on inside here. Basically, what's causing the kaleidoscope effect is a rendered texture, a camera with a mirror effect on it. And that is going to a render texture, which is going to a material, which is placed onto basically a quad in Unity there in space. And then there's a camera pointing at that. And that's what's feeding the desktop. So I have a number of cameras set up for this video that aren't in the build. Basically, the build is much simpler. Basically, you're inside this big, huge box. And all around you are basically like 4 big screens. Well, actually, how many? There's 6. There's 6 sides to a box. So there's 6 sides, and they're all seeing this. On my hand is a camera, like I said, that has the kaleidoscope effect on. And so that render texture is going to the insides of the box. A box with flipped normals on it. It's going to make sense here. Just stick with it here. But anyway, so as you move your hand, you can move your hand as fast as you want or as slow as you want. There's also a way that you're flying through a big, huge tilt brush sculpture. We'll call it a sculpture. And as you fly through it, you can change all these different patterns and whatnot. So let's switch a camera here. What camera? I'm always, there I am. Hello, there I am in VR. So once again, spent way more time like crafting these hands and this head and things, and then actually the Kaleidoscope box took a lot less time than building everything for this video. So I have a little camera here I can grab and kind of place here, move it around a little bit. It's got a follow on it, which is kind of fun. So yeah, anyway, so this box here, or what you're seeing here, represents the camera that's pointing to this tilt brush file that's out here. And it is causing that mirror effect on it. So I have this camera right here that you're seeing me, is set up to, it's not showing the interior of the box, because you're going to see in a minute what that looks like. But I thought this was kind of interesting because as I pulled the trigger, there's a trigger on here. You can see I'm actually flying very slow through the tilt brush world. So you can kind of see these things passing by. Hey, look at that, just passing by. All right. And then this is the effect that we're seeing on here. So basically you're going to fly around in here to different locations and whatnot. But what does this look like in VR? All right, well, so this gives you a little more, there's a camera down here. Hey. This gives you a little more feel of what everything looks like in VR here, because you are surrounded by this kaleidoscope effect. Whether you want to or not, that's what's in here, okay? So you got to be careful. Don't trip yourself out too much, okay? So just go nice and slow. You can move that around. Anyway, so that's what's going on in here. Let's switch to, let's see. I think the next camera is, let's see. Oh, yes. Okay, so here we go. So here's the box. This camera is set way far off in the distance. And so what you see here is the box. You're seeing the tilt brush file, as well as the box that has its normals flipped. And I'm inside this box. And we are flying. I'm right now moving the box. So if you're look really close, you can see this box is kind of moving. But I'm really, really small inside there. So anyway, as we fly through the environment, this kind of gives you a look of, kind of also gives you kind of a feel for what this box feels like. in VR here. I'm going to switch to another camera here. Boop. So this camera is just excluding or not rendering the tilt brush file. So this is kind of what the box feels like here. So if you had some music, you could play that. You could just kind of do this. I actually think it's kind of fun to lay on the ground and just kind of look up at the ceiling. In the actual build, both hands allow you to kind of fly through the scene. So one hand will have the camera on it, and both hands have the kind of flying mechanism. In this particular build here that I'm using to display, to explain and trip myself up, one hand controls all the cameras, and one hand still does kind of this sort of stuff. So, that's just how I had it set up. Okay, so anyway, we're gonna go back to this. Here I am. All right, back to yes. Okay, well, is there anything more to explain? No, that might be it. Let's anyway. Hey, that's what I've been up to. All right. Talk to you later. Bye. Now I got to take off my headset. So where's the good exit? So I'm going to switch to, let's see. Let's see here. Let me see. I guess I'll switch to, okay, bye. Let's switch to that. That. That's kind of fun. Sure. We'll just go with that.